Do they compete as well? It's like they really,
Yeah.
yeah. That's basically same level of pricing.
Differential between, a company that's buying for 20 branches and one that's buying for 500, believe it or not. The manufacturers don't reward massive purchases with huge discounts.
Okay.
They can't really afford to. If they did, they'd find that they didn't have any small customers. They'd all go bust. So, the differential between what Jewson pay and what a small independent pays is probably only a few percent.
Okay. So it looks like it's really about the being local and the catchment area and be close to the builders and
Yeah, it
etc.
is.
If you're so, then there won't be too high gaps in terms of pricing, and so the builder will go to whoever is the closest, as long as service, credit, delivery,
Yeah,
quality,
yeah.
etc. is okay, I guess.
And actually, most builders buy from several builders merchants because they like to spread their credit. So most builders
Okay.
will buy from at least 2 or 3 merchants. What you
Even
find
the
is that even small builders, yeah. In fact, what tends to happen is they'll buy certain kinds of products from one builder's merchant and another kind of products from another one. So they might buy all their wood, all their timber from one merchant and all of their sand and cement from another. And that's the kind of, because they might just prefer the guy that's selling the timber at one depot from another. It's that kind of decision is what's actually happening in this market.
I understand. So I think this kind of answers the next question in terms of the competition. Maybe a comment in terms of region. Do you see certain region with less competition? Is it really like around London, competition is higher, so maybe margins are lower for the builders merchants, but for certain remote areas or countryside areas, is it different or?
It's remarkably similar, actually, because the fact that there are lots of builders merchants in London is as a result of the fact that there are lots of builders. So, if you're out in the countryside, a long way from anywhere, the fact is there aren't going to be many customers, and that creates a different kind of competitive environment. So actually, when I was a builder's merchant, we found that region by region, the margins were very similar. You sometimes get a differential margin on certain products in certain parts of the country, depending on where they've been imported to. So if you're on if you're on a small Scottish island, then clearly the cost of getting products into your branch is higher than it is if you're right next to a port. If you're in Liverpool or something. So you'll get different margins in different branches on certain products, but on average, the margins are actually quite similar region by region. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe the last few questions around, I think the next one we kind of answered around the threat of maybe pure online players. I mean, you mentioned earlier like IT is very important, things like that. But do you see really then the possibility to see either a new entrant or to see more like a national or regional just gaining market shares because of a superior offering in terms of IT, of stuff like that? Or?
Yeah, I mean, these things are actually all about logistics, aren't they? So if you've got a fantastic IT platform, in terms of builders merchants and what they're doing, the difference between Amazon and Jewson, for example, is that most of the stuff that Amazon are shipping doesn't weigh very much. It's books, it's CDs, it's probably not CDs anymore, but it used to be books and CDs and small,